start to open up these gates. So each vertebra, 7 in the neck, 12 in the middle body, 5 in the lumbar or lower back. And we've also got the sacrum and tail as well. But all of those need to be open so that the nerves can flow freely. I'm going to mute everybody here. So that they can flow freely, right? So these are things that I've said before, but the more we focus on them, the more you focus on them in your own, very real, very literal positioning of your body, and the more you master that, the more some of this, in a way, it's not magical, but it is powerful and very subtle. That reclaiming of the ability to move with ease, to move smooth, to move around, right? Again, it can almost feel magical when you haven't really claimed it and owned it. And as you start to get into it and become able to move your body more and more from that easy, open, soft, round place, it can feel quite almost magical, right? But really, it's like liquid and fluid dynamics. It's also electricity that moves like a current of water. So instead of it being agitated and stressed, we master the ability to stay in what's called parasympathetic or down-regulated nervous state and move the body, right? So the breath helps begin that. So your E, your mind, direct it to your breathing. Inhale longer, smoother to full. Longer, smoother to empty. Keep your mind attentive to that. Inhaling long, smooth, full. Exhale, long, smooth, empty. Continue that. Gathering your E, your mental focus power, your consciousness power, with every breath you successively, one after another, are present for. Each time you do that, the mind gets that much more potent, that much more under your control. So let's take 10 or 12 of these. You in your own life, ideally, are doing this in the morning. You start feeling sort of agitated. You find some time. It could be 2 minutes, 5 minutes, right? Where you just become still. You find this alignment. So gaining whatever mastery of that is available in your current state with your battle with Parkinson's, right? Or your relationship to Parkinson's. So the more you're able to come to stillness, softness, release, you arrive, your body synchronizes, harmonizes, and then all the exercises we do are just simply another layer on top of that practice. Another 5 breaths. Start to add the little holding. So you go to the top of your inhale and you hold that, sustain that fullness. Let the breath out. At the bottom, maybe squeeze the breath out to the empty place. Hold the breath empty. Keep holding. A little bit of a hunger for breath there. Then in. Fill up. Comfortable, full. Holding. Mind present. Exhale when you're ready. Breath out. Gently squeeze the breath out. Hold it out. When you're ready, just open the valve. Let the breath in. Pull the breath in. Hold the breath in. Open the valve. Let the breath out. Just gently squeeze the breath out. Hold the breath out. When you're ready, open. Filling up. Holding full. Letting the breath out. Pushing the breath out. Holding it out. Let's do 3 more like that on your own. Ideally, hopefully, you are feeling that shift, that something is shifting, that your relationship to your body through your nervous system from the brain is shifting. Now, as we move, do your best not to break or shatter this shifted relationship. Stay soft, stay easy. Slide your hands forward, gently rounding the back, drop the head. Doesn't have to be much, can just be a little change through all the vertebrae. Slide the hands back, elbows pull back, shoulder blades slide back and gently squeeze towards each other. 3 more with that easy, fluid, nothing forced, no real destination in mind, more just like you're really getting to know the body. You're developing a relationship that's built on self-care, gentleness, patience, all of that as the building blocks. As you finish this next one with that soft arch, then just relax to neutral. Settle back to that place of no effort. Go into the twist. Slide the left hand forward, right hand slides back. It's just very gentle. You just rotate a little bit. Could be just a few degrees. And then you slide everything back through neutral the other way. Right hand forward, left hand and elbow back. Switch. Just a soft rotation. And switch. So it's not only what we're doing. It's not only the anatomical, physiological movement, but it's the how. It's the quality of ease. It's the quality of, are you still cultivating that meditation throughout these simple movements? As you come back to neutral, stay in neutral, release the arms. Very lightly, just lean to the right. Let your left elbow just lift, hand loose, 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 loose. And then back to middle, lean, loose. Right elbow lifts, hand is loose. Again, that could be your whole movement. Some of you will feel like, oh, that hand is actually, when I keep it loose, there's room for me to lift it, possibly even reach it. And then droop it down. Notice the path that I'm going, the arm is not going out this way to go down, it's coming in this way. And then we lean, tilt, reach up, touch the sky. And one more of each. Just soft liberation of the body. But again, these movements, they are simple, right? But where you can get a lot out of them is if you think, oh, I'm releasing myself into the movement. I'm not tightening and doing it. I'm letting go into it and coming back. Now stay in that released state. Right shoulder blade rises and then melts. Important to do this, right? To actively lift the shoulder blade, but more important is the unhinging, the unbuckling, the releasing down so that it's hanging super loose. We lift. A lot of times this is where a lot of tension builds up in the body, the earth, the hold the world on your shoulders concept. And so we're squeezing it like a sponge, but then letting it melt. One more left arm. We're also defining the range of motion, defining the top and softly releasing down, defining the bottom. Now both shoulders shrug, both shoulders melt. Two more. Loose, loose, loose. Down. One more. Bring your legs close together. Right shoulder blade first. Protracts. The arm migrates forward. Elevate, retract, bring the shoulder blade back, and then melt it down neutral. Three more. Forward, up, back, down. Forward, up, back, down. Great job. Forward, up, back, down. Let's go the other way. Back, up, forward. That's always the weird one. People have a little tricky thing getting there. And then release, neutral. Back, up, and then shoulder blade comes forward. The arm just sort of comes along for the ride and release it. Neutral, totally released and open. Two more. And switch arms. Forward, up, back, down. Forward, up, back, down. Two more. Other direction. Back, up, forward. Release it down and through. Back, up, forward. Two more. And one more. Both at the same time, what we add to this is as those shoulder blades go forward, the chest has to concave, like someone's pushing your chest and your back rounds. That has to happen to allow those shoulder blades to slide apart. Then shrug them up, slide them back towards each other. The opposite has to happen. The chest has to lift, the back has to close a little bit, and then you slide those shoulder blades down and you should find neutral, where you're neither rounded nor arched. Do it again. Concave the chest, the arms migrate with the shoulder blade. Shoulder blades rise, allow the elbows to come up a little bit. Look how they're in front of my body, right? Then shoulder blades back, elbows go back, arms follow, we're here. And then the shoulder blades go down, arms follow, and we're in neutral. Forward, shoulder blades up, the elbows are coming up. Shoulder blades back, elbows back, right? Back behind now. They went from here all the way to here. And then they drape down and slide down. Arms go with. One more. Actually, let's do two more of these. So you get a nice quality of flow in there. And the better you get at these movements, then when you do your practice, you do 8 of them, 10 of them, more, right? But in the interest of time, we're doing a few and really making sure to get them right. And then over time, we can really start to flow with the practice. So you see my arms moving. It's easy to only move the arms. Make sure it's shoulder blades. They pinch together in the back. Shoulder blades lift. They're shrugged up onto the ears, near the ears. Shoulder blades slide around so you feel space between spine and shoulder blades. Arms are out here. And then shoulder blades settle, find neutral. 3 more. and neutral. Right shoulder blade, forward, up. Now, as it goes back and down, left shoulder blade goes forward, up. Then right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade. They're just constantly moving in opposition to each other. Wringing out, almost grinding out barnacles in the chest, the shoulders, the middle and upper back. Frees up the neck as well. Now, reverse. Shoulder blades forward. And release. Now, hands rise up, come down. Look at where they are in relation to my body. They're very close. They're right in front of the chest. And my elbows are out here. Shoulders are open. It's loose. Hands drooping. And then let them fall down. Up. Down. Up. Now, wrists stay relaxed. Forward. Down. Again. Up. Out. Now, loose. Loose. Again. Up. Out. One more. All right. Step your feet back to sort of a wide stance, stable stance. Left hand on right knee. Like we did earlier, lean over and hang this arm. Start drawing a circle with your fingertips. Draw a bigger circle. Bigger still. Let the arm bone circle in the socket, circling. Larger circle. Then sit upright, bring the hand forward, out to the side, a little bit behind you, and then just let it fall softly down alongside you. Bring it alongside the body forward. Draw that circle. Down. Forward. Draw that circle. Down. Now let this right knee gently kind of fall inward so that you reach across. So if I face you, look where my hand is. It's on the almost the opposite side of the body, and then I draw that circle. Again, reach it across. Draw that circle. Two more. Across. Draw that circle. And across. Draw that circle. And release. Now, lean over. Now, your arm should gently swing back around the outside of a circle and come forward, and then near the body, go back, around, forward. So now that's the direction of the circle we're going. Circle, a little bit larger, larger, larger still. Finally, sit upright, bring the arm up just alongside you, and then forward, pointing towards the camera, down alongside you, out to the side, over the top of a circle, point towards the camera, down. Loose, easy, and relaxed. Now let's do the cross body. So the hand comes up, goes over the circle, and reaches across. And then as it falls down, you kind of get your knee out of the way, let it fall through. Across, down. Across, down. One more. Cross, down. And switch. Right hand on left thigh. Hang. Now just gently swing this arm a little forward, a little back so we get near the body. We're swinging. Now swing it forward and go out around the far side of a small circle. Come in close to the body. Forward again. Around that far side. Forward. Do that a larger circle, a little bit larger each time now. Circle larger, larger still, Now sit upright, hand comes forward, up over the top of a circle and a little bit behind, let it just fall. Forward, up over top and slightly back. Again, forward. Now we do that cross. The knee has to get a little out of the way and reach across. And then over the top of the circle and then across, over the top. 2 more. And let it hang. Let it swing. Then swing it back, go around the far side of a small circle, come to the front, and then back, around, forward, back, around, forward. Getting a little larger now with each of these circles. So that's the idea of a spiral, is that it's getting a little larger and then a little larger. Now we're sitting upright and it's coming up over the top point, straight ahead, falls right down alongside you, back around and up over top, down, down. Then we do the cross. Cross, falls down and through, cross, down and through, cross, down and through. 1 more. And release. Now, Shogun, float the arms, turn palms up, bend at the elbows, hands come over, settle, 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 hands to the belly button, navel, elbows not flared out like this, soft, down, everything there. Little moment of closing. Then bring those arms down alongside you again, bend right elbow, touch right shoulder with the fingertips, and then just let the hand fall. Do that with the left. Just really gentle, easy. Just notice that you don't have to add a bunch of effort just to get the hand come right up here. Now both. Up, release. Add to this one, this little release, they swing. Swing up. Swing. Swing. Now keep your hands up, elbows, as high as they want to go, but it's got to be loose. Then down. Then around in front of you, as close to the body as you can, touch the elbows to each other. Notice that opens your back. And then relax to neutral, elbows up and as high as they'd like to go. Down, around in front, squeeze, down, open and up, down, squeeze. Now, elbows pull back behind, shoulder blades squeeze together. Really get that position there. Then down with the elbows, forward with the elbows. Some of you, this is as far as you'll go. Others, elbows up, hands moving down, sliding onto your upper back. Then forward with the elbows, down with the elbows, back. Down, forward, maybe up. Forward, down, and back. 2 more. This is great for our lymphatic system. It wrings out the armpit lymph nodes. Wringing them out. Now, elbows flare out like wings, palms face the floor. Like 2 snakes crossing one above the other, reach towards the side walls. Then the elbows go out to the side walls. They don't go, notice when I turn this way, they're not going back for this one, they're going out. Then the other one on top. Notice as you reach, you got to close the chest, open the back. And then open, chest and back. Bring them across, close the front, open the back. And then keep the back open-ish as you open the front. 1 more of each. Elbows drop, hands fall in front, turn palms down, up, down, up. Defining for your brain and body the forearms, what they do. Pronate, supinate. Pronate, supinate. Now keep your palms up, fold at the wrists, hands flop over the top, fall down through the inside, and then point forward again. So they made a circle. Circle again and again. Loose. And reverse the circle. Under, up over top, out. Under, circle, loose. And done. Shogun. Let's do our legs. Scoot a little bit back on the chair. That usually gives us a little more stability. Now we chamber. So that's the thigh bone coming up, the heel pulling in towards the butt, and then set that down. Other side. Chamber, down. Chamber, down. Now, chamber push. Chamber, down. Chamber, push. Chamber, down. Push. Now, chamber push and hold the leg out there. Point foot, flex foot. Remember to finish the trajectory. All the way point, all the way flex. Over time, you can do it to where you're moving a little faster, but early on, point and hold a bit, flex and hold a bit. Point, flex. Now, invert, evert, a slight in, a slight out. Then, inward circles. Outward circles. And foot to the floor. Other leg, chamber push, point, flex, point, flex. Remember, hold it as long as you need to finish the position. Finish, finish. Then invert, evert, slightly in, out. Inward circles. Outward circles. And down. Scoot forward all the way to that edge, most of your leg out hovering above the ground. Swivels, lift the ball of your left foot so only the heel is on the ground. Turn the leg, the knee points out. Lift the ball of the foot again and bring neutral. Lift the ball of the foot and turn the leg internal. Neutral, external. Neutral, internal. Neutral, external. Neutral, internal. Now skip neutral. And neutral. Other side. External, neutral, internal, neutral. Open, middle, closed. Middle. Move from the hip. Feel that thigh bone rolling inward, rolling the middle. Now skip the middle, internal, external, internal. External. Two more. And neutral. Both legs. Open, middle, close. Middle, open, middle, close. skip the middle. And neutral. Now, bring the legs close together. Both hands on the right knee. Lift the left leg up. Roll it open. Set it down. So now you're at this angle. Then reverse that. Up. Roll it in. Land it. Again, same leg. Up over the top and down. Up over the top and down. 2 more. And switch. Up, over the top, out, land it. Up over the top, land it. The hips are stable, the leg is moving. That later on changes when the legs are stable and the hips are moving. Right? And we want to be able to do that with our body. And stay here. Legs back to hip distance. Now, legs stable, hips fold. All the way forward. Back to neutral, sitting upright. 90-degree angle here, make it now an obtuse angle. Lay back a little bit from the hips. Then come back to 90. Go acute angle. Back to 90. Obtuse angle. And then 90. One more. Back to vertical. Now watch me, please, for an entire way down and an entire way up. I'm in the arch spine position that we did at the beginning, folding. Then once I finish the hip folding, then the spine from low back through middle back to the head and neck, and I release my arms hanging. Now watch here, this is the most important part. The head stays hanging as I rise. So I'm in the rounded position till I'm about 90% of the way up. Then at the top, I go from low back, mid back, upper back, head and neck, and arms. So join me here. Elbows are back. We're in that little back bend. We fold from the hips first. Then we go low back, middle back, upper back, head, and arms, shoulder to release. Stay released, rounded. Your head stays down, almost like it's very heavy as you come up from the pelvis, then the low back, mid back, upper back, head and neck, pull the elbows back, arch. Let's do 2 more, 3 more maybe. Fold and slide. And then rise, staying rounded. And then at the very top, the head and neck. Fold, staying arched, and then round. Low back, mid back, upper back, neck, head. Then the pelvis comes up, and then it's low back, middle back, upper back, head and neck. Let's do 1 more. Fold. And release. Rise. And neutral. From here, step the feet wide. Tip a little bit forward at the hips, feeling it right here in the quad, the groin area. Take your hands and do what I just did here. The hands are not in neutral. They're internally rotated. We got a nice stable sort of dragon arm position. Fold at the hips deeply, and then softly let the rib cage go down, the head go down, almost like you're looking behind you, underneath you. Then rise up from the hips, then the low back, then the middle back, upper back, and then for this one, turn your arms to neutral and lean back a little bit, lean back. And then back to vertical, tip forward. As you tip forward, turn the arms to the dragon position. And bow all the way down in between. and then rise. Up, and then lean back with arms now in neutral. One more, forward, arms change position, bow, and we rise. Go into the dragon stirs the sea. So you lean back from this leaned back position, tip to your right buttock, and then bow yourself forward. So notice you're sort of doing a twist. You're sort of doing a forward fold. And then sweep the body through to the other side. And then come up and lean back. So you can do this loose. So that each of the 24 vertebrae are doing a little gentle roll around the vertebra above and below. The pelvis is the moving part. The legs are stable. The arms and shoulders are going through an interesting little fold and unfold, a little bit of a wringing out. One more in this direction. Once you get all the way back, then reverse 4 times. Around. The dragon stirs the sea with its tail. Smooth, unbroken. Back to neutral and pause. Bring those legs back closer to each other. Bring the feet back a little bit. So now you have an acute angle at the knees. Arms hanging relaxed. Softly fold and hinge forward. And now your first gesture of effort is forward, forward. Butt off the chair, weight down through the feet and legs, then you push through the earth and rise all the way to a nice, tall, standing position. But note that if you have your lower half rooting correctly, pushing through the earth, the upper half does not have to have tension. In fact, any holding in the shoulders just makes you top heavy, easy to fall. So relax the shoulders and be bottom heavy, rooted. Now, from the hips, we've already done a lot of this great folding, so you should be able to do this. Fold, and then sit the butt towards the chair, and then rise. Let's do that 4 more times. Some of you will do the ABC version, which is fold, move forward, push through the earth, pause, reverse fold, sink the tush, land, and back. Keep doing that, or start to smooth it out so that it's sort of a forward up. And sinking down. Do you need your arms to stand up? No. But how many people rely on that pushing thing instead of the correct use of the body, right? And then the more you do it wrong, the more you train wrong and you lose the right way to do it. Now let's do our squats. The tush sinks back out just a bit, and then we sink the tail, let the arms hang and dangle down. So the Tai Chi Squat, what makes it, so now we're not sitting in the chair, we're just doing squats. So from standing up, the thing that makes this a unique understanding of the body is that in weightlifting, people will stick the butt out and really arch the back in this sort of cow position. But what we want to do is sink the tail and actually let the lower back gently round. So the spine is like an archer's bow, creating this opening, right? Rather than arching the other way. So the tail, sneak it back and then just sink it. Keep the crown buoyant and let those arms dangle like you're just dangling them towards your toesies. And then push through the earth and rise. And so this is like, and we're not sitting in the chair, right? We're just going down to here and then pushing through the earth to rise back up. Tail sneaks, we sink it, push through the earth, and rise. Couple more, and see if you can go soft. So notice you're practicing releasing down. You're not working, you're doing the opposite of what we think of as work. And notice that you can stand up with pretty much that same quality of work, ease. Just ease. And ease your way back up. All right, stay standing. Rock a little bit towards the toes, the balls of the feet. Tip forward. Notice that the fronts of your feet are now working a little harder, otherwise you fall forward. Then rock back to middle. Feel what middle is like. Then from middle, rock just a little bit into the heels and notice what that feels like. And then middle. And then toes. Notice this is another exercise that can and really must be executed with that liquid, that release, that softness. Now as you rock forward, let your hands float forward. As you rock back, the hands sort of drag behind, and then as you pause in the heels, the arms swing. Then as you go forward, the arms drag behind and swing. Swing. So the arms aren't leading this, they're following. Loose. The next time you're back in your heels, turn your palms forward, your hands raise up to chest height. Rock to your toes. The hands do a big round reach forward. Palms face up, right at mouth height. Rock back to your heels. That brings the hands into the mouth, down to the belly, and then do that Tai Chi squat. Tail sneaks out. Notice your elbows are bent here. You sink the tail and release the arms to completely straight. Push through the earth to rise back to standing, middle. Rock to your heels. Your arms swing back and carry through a circle, rise up. Rock forward to the toes. They do a big round reach. Dip into the distance. Rock to the heels. That brings the hands in, mouth. Let them descend to the belly. And then from here, tail sneaks out and you sink. And as you sit the tush, you allow the arms slowly to completely straight. And you're trying to time all of this together. Rise back up, pause in the middle. Heels, arms begin their circle. Toes, arms carry around and gather. Heels, the hands come to the mouth and to the belly. When you come to the belly, be in the center of the feet. Then the tail sneaks out, sink the tail, and the arms dangle to straight. Push through the earth, rise to middle. Rock to the heels, the arms begin to circle. Rock to the toes, that carries the circle. Rock to the heels, you come into the mouth. As you go to the belly, rock to the center of the feet, the middle, and then tail sinks, arms dangle. Rise to middle. Let's do this a few more times, polishing. Notice you can execute this movement with that ease, that effortless quality. You could execute these movements with effort and strain and tension, and then that's what you will be cultivating. But all these movements in Tai Chi and Qigong it's like a collection, a vocabulary list of movements that all are specifically able to be done, cultivating this soft, easy, relaxed state while using our pivots and our spirals and our wheels, right? The body's got all these wheels in it as well. Let's do one more. Polish the nervous system. down regulate brain-body connection to the point where you're just almost like you're sleeping, right? In a way, that's what we're doing. We're tapping into the deep level of rest. Let's go. Wings, roll palms up, fold over top. This is that closing gesture, shogong or closing gong. Hands cross. Now we do a little more Tai Chi-like movement. Hands go forward and up, painting the wall in front of you with the backs of the hands. But notice, stopping at about shoulder height. And then elbows sink, wrists follow, fingertips follow. And we're painting the wall with the fingertips. Hands come behind. Then like a pendulum swings down, forward, up. And then smooth. Rising hands. Two more, cultivating this feeling of, oh yeah, I can execute this without any li is the term as the technical term of this sort of clumsy tension-based strength. Sung is the technical term for liquid, soft, pliable, easy. One more. Hands scoop in front, a little low cradle. Out. Same feeling, just a different direction. Melting, sweeping the hands down. Beautiful crane, sunning its wings. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see the round quality means the hands will be a little forward of the chest rather than forcing them back here. They're forward of the chest. And then as they come down, that's what has them fall right to this space in front of us. Wings. Hands sweep out. At about 90% to the top, roll palms up and fold at elbows. And then softly sink, 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 all the way to a zero, totally relaxed. From that zero, opening from your lung point 1 and 2, from the chest, open, roll, fold, relaxed and at ease all the way to the tips of the fingers, down, go. One more. Wings. Right hand, roll, fold as left hand does the reverse of the crane wing. They meet like two magnets attracted. Then two magnets that repel. They go around the far side of a circle and meet at the wings. Then left hand roll, fold, right hand comes under. They go around that circle and they come towards each other like two magnets connecting. And then repelling, far side of the circle, and attract. Repel, around, far side, and attract. We're basically making that yin-yang symbol. One more. Out to the sides, and both arms come down, wings. Relaxed arms, but ideally these arms now you feel they're not stiff, nor are they limp and dead. They're sort of full of something, right? This idea of chi. Now, body weight shift more to the left leg. Body weight shift more to the right leg. Now, oftentimes we're up here in our chest. And so when I say shift, a lot of times I see people doing this and this, right? So we have opened up our chest and shoulders so that the middle can be down here. So let's take an index finger, put it in the belly button. So we're getting tactile awareness of the middle. And then shift from that middle over to the other leg. Notice that you can do that. You can just from the middle of you, move the whole body. Now, once you got that idea, drop both hands. Now, we're gonna shift. As we shift left, turn from the navel left a few degrees. Then keep it turned left as you shift right, then turn right a few degrees. Stay turned right as you shift, then turn. Let's put left hand behind the back. Shift, turn, and we do what's called brush knee. The palm facing to the right, brushes across. Turn the hand around, shift from the belly, turn from the belly, the hand follows through and sweeps. That's sweep the leg. Then turn the hand around, shift, turn, brush knee, shift, turn, sweep leg. Shift, turn, brush knee. These are technical terms. Shift, turn, sweep the leg. Just because they have a poetic idea, right? Doesn't mean they're not technical. Now, as we're over here on the right, turn that right palm forward. Now, swirl the stream. The hand goes out around the far side of a circle in front of you at around navel height, comes in close, and now we do the brush knee. Through. The hand goes around the far side of a circle as we shift and turn from the navel, comes in close, shift and turn, brush knee. Two more. Notice these two can be executed with ease. So you're not worried about the fact that, oh, this is so easy, or, oh, I've done this 100 times. Instead, you're going, am I smooth? Am I moving from my middle? Am I working on that upright body with less and less tension in it? So noticing this swirl the stream is down low. Now the arm has a little more buoyancy. It floats up to about chest height, shift and turn, and now it's coming across at chest height. Snatch the salmon, snatch the fish. The hand drops in to the lake and brush knee again. So again, technical terms, snatching the fish, comes across, falls into the lake, and now it's brush knee, close to the body. Beautiful work, everybody. Shift and turn, snatch the fish, down. One more. Now, sweep the leg, which means you just stay right in front of you, sweep it, bring the left hand out, come across, put right hand behind your back. Now it's left hand, brushing knee, and sweeping leg. Brush and sweep a couple times. Still cultivating moving from the middle. Shift and turn. Shift and turn. One more. Changing from one leg to the other and back to the other leg. Now, swirl the stream. The hand goes around the far side of a circle, but it stays low. Comes in close. Brushes knee. Far side of circle. Comes in close. Brush knee. Far side. Comes in close. Far side. Now let's snatch the fish. The arm floats a little higher, snatching the fish. Through. Notice, can it be more and more liquid, more and more fluid, more and more round, more and more complete? That doesn't mean faster. It doesn't mean necessarily further, higher, or anything like that. It just means that it has that quality of ease. One more. Let's put those all now into the double. So bring the right hand out and left hand out. We've got one hand brushing knee, the other hand sweeping leg. Then they change jobs. Brush and sweep. That's the bear washing its paws in the stream. Now the bear swirls the stream. The right hand will do brush knee as the left hand does around the far side. Comes in close. And then around the far side with the other hand. Come in close. Brushing knee with one hand, swirling the stream with the other. There. Swirls the stream. Now we've got those lovely loose joints. We let that hand float up and snatch the fish. Snatch the fish. And then back to washing your paws in the stream. Neutral. Now, shift your weight to your left leg. Turn that right foot out a few degrees. Shift into the right leg. Empty the left foot and step it just a small step forward. Take your hands on your hips for a moment. Notice probably the hips are slightly turned off in the direction of the right toes. So shift now a little bit into your left leg. Turn your hips to point more forward. And let's keep them pointing forward-ish, right? Now, sit back into your back leg. Front leg empty. Shift into your front leg about 70% or so. Sit back. Forward. Feel free, if the stance feels too big, shrink it. If it feels too small, you can let that foot go out a little bit further front, but loose up top. Now, sitting in the back leg, bring your hands up, elbows bent. Turn the palms to face forward. Now we shift forward and then push the hands just a little bit forward. Whenever I say push, more often than not, people go, oh, I gotta push, crank, crank, crank. Look at all these locked joints. It's sort of ugly, right? Compared to just a nice soft expression through the arms. Turn the palms to face your body. As you shift back, the hands come to the chest. Turn the palms to face forward. Shift and push. Sit back. Hands come back. So again, the key here is that it's not hands and then body, hands and then body, even though that's what we'll tend to do sometimes, just because it's like we're dominant up here. Instead, it's loose and easy, and then it's shift and express. And then shift back and draw in. Shift forward and like waves. Back. 2 more. Soft hands. Back. Stay back. Let the hands fall. Bring your front foot back and have the toes pointed out a little bit. Change the body weight. So now you've changed over to this left leg. Step your right foot a little bit in front. Shift forward, check the pelvic position, turn it slightly forward-ish. And then sit back and forward a few times. Just get the legs accustomed. Check your espresso cup. Right? So that we're still sitting on these legs. Sitting. The next time you go back, stay back for a moment, bend the elbows, bring the hands up. Turn those palms forward-ish. Shift and soft push. Turn the hands around, shift back and soft draw towards. Shift and push. Shift and receive or draw. Washing the nerves. Again, a movement that can be executed without any lead, that technical term for clumsy tension. You can do this whole thing with just nothing but softness. Now, our final challenge with this exercise is to switch each time. So we shift back into the back leg. Front foot is empty. Bring it back. Line the heels up. They can touch or not, but feet are turned out. As we stand up tall, we let the arms fall to the side. As you sink into your right leg, bend the elbows, the hands come up, and step just a small step forward. Shift forward, execute just a soft Tai Chi push. Shift back, do that receive. Hands are up by your chest here. Step that foot back. As you straighten up, everything goes down. So arms are hanging. Then we go through the left leg, the hands come up and step. So all that happens together. Shift, execute the push. Sit back, receive, stepping foot back, and then straighten, everything relax. Sink through right leg, hands come up and step. Shift right into that front leg a bit, push. Sit back into your back leg, receive, stepping back, straighten everything up. Sink and prepare, step, shift and push to the fingertips. Shift back, receive and step back, straighten. Again. So phases. We've got from standing. First phase is sink, bring the hands up and step. Phase 2 is shift into front leg and push. Phase 3, sit back, receive and step back. Straighten up, everything hangs. Then again, shift into your left leg, hands come up and step. Shift forward and push. Shift back and receive. Stepping back, straighten up, drop the arms. One more of each. Sink, step, shift and soft push. Doesn't have to get all the way. Sit back, receive, step back. Straighten up. One more. And parallel your feet. 3 sink chi wash organs. Rock to the heels, start the circle. Rock to the toes, do the big round gather. Rock to the heels, hands go to the mouth, to the belly. Tail sneaks out the back, softly down. Straighten all the way up. Stand in the middle. Execute with softness. 2 more. Rock back into the heels, start the circle. Rock forward, big round gather gesture. Rock back, the hands come to mouth, belly. Tail sneaks out the back, sit the tush, arms dangling. Push through the earth, you rise back to standing. Last one. Shogun, wings, roll full, and then as the hands softly settle to the height of the belly button, all the energy of the body from the surface that we've expressed and made it move and circulate, let it settle towards the depth of the body, towards the bones, and towards this middle dantian or middle elixir field in the belly. To finish the practice, closing it, one hand over navel, other hand over that hand, and just take a few soft breaths here, mind quiet, closing eyes if balance permits. Gently open the eyes. The Taoist bow. Grab one thumb. Fold those fingers over. Creates the yin yang symbol there. Thank you, everybody. Nice work. Safely have a seat in your chair. Make sure your chair is where you think it is before you sit. And we're over time as usual. So I know some of you have places you got to be, so you could just wave and sign off. Email me any questions.